Hi, I am Craig Round and I teach the 6th and 7th grade bands here at Rogers Middle School. And I think I'm going to take this mask off right now because I'm more than 6 feet from people. Want to be socially distanced when I need to be, but so right here, this is the double doors to the band room here. And these are actually doors that we use to exit the room for security reasons, and they're always locked so that people can't get in that way. And then as you walk down the hallway, you have the single door, and that is where most people are going to be entering the band room to get their instruments, or else if they're clarinet or flute players, they'll be bringing them from their locker. Okay, and so when we come in here, we can see kind of what looks like you're at the vet almost. These are lockers for trumpet players and saxophone players mainly. We also have some lockers over in another area for trombones and bass clarinets and other instruments. But if your child is going to be using one of these lockers, what they're going to need is a combination lock so that if they have any issues, we can try to help them get it open. With a keyed lock, of course, we can't help because we don't have a key. So we recommend combination locks, and kids can actually, if they have a smartphone or a phone where they can put in their combination so they can remember it, because obviously kids are going to have to remember several locker combinations throughout the year. So what we're going to do with these lockers is we're going to try to space it out so that we can, like on one end, we'll give the trumpet player a locker over here, and then we'll kind of do another trumpet locker over here in this area here. So we'll kind of make sure that kids are not going to be very close to each other when they're getting their instruments. We also do have a sink here where kids can always wash their hands and use some soap here. And you're going to see bottles, or the students are going to see bottles of this, and it's antiseptic spray that you can spray on mouthpieces to make sure that all the germs and bacteria are off them. So turning around here, you can see the double doors to the band room. And sorry if this is jerky, but it's hard to make a recording with your cell phone. And here is the band room. I'll kind of pan around here, and you can kind of see that all the chairs have been spaced 6 feet apart. All right, and so students will not be sitting real close to each other, which might help even cut down with like talking in the class, which I'm interested in seeing how that works. I have not done this yet, but the chairs will be marked on the floor with where you keep the chair so that they stay where they need to be. And throughout the day, I'll be washing off the chairs and stands to make sure that they are clean. In the percussion area, you're going to notice that on the floor, you're going to see some blue tape. And this kind of highlights kind of like a zone where one kid per zone will be in. So they'll each be staying in their own area there while they play. Okay, and turning around, you can see what the kids see when they're playing, the whiteboard on the top there. One other thing to point out is that, like I said before, we're going to have lots of antiseptic spray. So I've ordered many bottles of that, and we have wipes that we're going to have available, and here's some sanitizer. I got plenty of masks. And right now what we're doing, the district band directors are talking about the recommendations they're making for, like if they're going to wear masks while they play and have little holes in them, or if just coming in with your mask and sitting down and then being able to take a mask off to play your instrument. It's kind of like taking your mask off to be able to eat and then putting it on if you ever get up and walk around the room. The other thing that they're going to be sending us are puppy pads, which are originally for animals so they don't have accidents when they're potty training, but we're going to be using some pads and putting them on the ground so that when students have spit in their instrument, they're going to empty that spit out in a puppy pad. So that is going to be an interesting new thing that we are going to be doing this year to kind of ensure the safety of everybody here. So that is it from the band room. I encourage you to make sure that you check out the handbooks, the checkoff form for the handbook. There's 12 different things that I try to explain, things about the band concerts, practicing at home, how the class is going to be run, and lots of different information that you're going to want to know. And for each of the different pieces of information, like I said, there's 12, you would check a little box saying, I read this, I understand this, I read that, I understand it, and at the end you submit it to me. So, and all students need to make sure they get that checked off, their parents, and submitted in the first couple weeks of school, like the end of the second week of school would be a great time to send that in. So that's it for now. Hopefully you will not be overwhelmed with all the information you have to take in for open house, but if you do have questions after reading through things, especially that handbook, please make sure to let me know. All right, have a good night, everybody.